Okay, hi folks. Just taking care of things on my end here. Everything's kind of cuckoo here. Hold on a second. There we go. Let me get the other part set up. Thank you guys for joining me. I've just got to get the aspect on YouTube's end married up, and that closed. Oh my God, there are so many true crime cases for us to look at. So we will be doing that. We have a lot of requests, and I think it'll take up a good portion of the time allotted. So let's see now. So let me just get to this. Okay. It's always something in it. Well, I hope you guys are having a really good day. It's not raining here today for once, which is nice. So we have sun, and I'm not in as much pain. So I'm just setting this up. All right, and because we have this new thing on, I don't really need these on, because we have this new thing here where I can star your comments, you can leave actual questions here, and I should be able to retrieve them. I've not had any problems so far. I can get this thing off my head. I was puttering around, and before I knew it, it's like, oh yeah, it's time for my live. So I had to hurry up. I've got some new card tarot decks as well that are really cool. And I'm looking forward to getting some other ones that are specifically for true crime. I'm going to make my own, but there's another one that I want to be able to do. All right. So, oh, of course, you know, you guys, I'm a little achy, so I'm going to slip this on. It's raining there in England. So you're, Childmead, are you in London? I can't remember if you're in London or not. I thought you were. But you're not in so much pain today, so that's good. Yeah, today I'm pretty good. I'm just slightly achy, but boy, yesterday was like crazy. So I'm glad to see you guys. Hi, Beverly and Sharon Sipe, Shield Maiden, JR, Flowing, Cardiomancy Mesquite, who is lurking, and we have Flowing, Cat Mama, Meow, Mama Bear, JR. Let's see if I just want to make sure I get everybody. Okay. So, no, you're in Plymouth. Oh, I don't know why my brain wanted to place you in London. Probably because it's my husband's from. So, kind of like, no kidding, Maya. Not everybody's from London. All right, we have got a lot. Hi, Doreen Arnold. You used to, oh, maybe that was why. You said you used to live in Southwest London. And I think I kind of recall that, and I think it's stuck in my head. So we have a lot of cases of murdered, missing Indigenous women. Well, actually, there's two children here that we're going to be looking at. And we have some other cases too. We'll just see how it goes. All right. Of course, while I was puttering around, I didn't get my lip gloss on, so I'm just going to take care of that. And we'll proceed to get rolling. I decided to tidy. Oh, I put it all the way back here. Okay. Or did I? All right, maybe not. Hold on a second. Because, you know, I can't do that with I may have slipped it into my bag. I got my There it is. Okay. Wonder if I should use that deck. Kind of a sea-oriented one. Maybe for another time. Don't think that's the right one for today. All right. So, oh, hi, Mallory. Yeah, we're going to be, there's actually even more men actually missing than women, but I want to devote a lot more of my time to the men also that are missing in the indigenous community. I'm sorry, Mama Bear. COVID finally got into your house. My daughter came home, with the new Omicron. Oh, hey, Mallory. So you are from the Micmac tribe, and you're in Nova Scotia, Canada. How's the weather? Are you getting a lot of snow? We finally got a let up of some rain, but it's chilly here. I got to get this on. I don't know. Oh, ooh, I like this. This is a new lip for me. It's Shishidio. I don't know. It's Japanese, but it's really nice. Perfect. Now maybe that won't come off. And I know that Tyson was going to email me some cases. They're also out of the Navajo reservation. So hopefully he'll do that. Yeah, because these cases, hey, if the media doesn't want to cover them, I have many friends plus myself that do. It's cold. I bet, Mallory. I hope you're toasty and warm. I had to, even though it's sunny here, it's still really chilly, and we're near the ocean, so that air is gets into your bones. I'm gonna actually snap up my little heating wrap, like a real grandma. All right. Because it's my lower back, too, that gets me. This has a nice little tie, so I can just tie this. Hey, Fluffy Bunny. Is it Fluffy or Funny Bunny? Fluffy Bunny. All right. So, make sure I got my room. There's a deck I've been utilizing here recently that I also like. It is called the Bright Future Tarot. Okay, oops. Hold still. You can get it on Etsy. It's a nice deck. I'm pleased with it. I am not, however, as pleased with this camera, which is much more funny with its autofocus. Kind of is slower. Kind of strange. All right, let's just make sure. Oh, hang on a second. Let me just ask, could I trouble you to hit these lights up here for me? Thank you.
Sound and Lights by Carrie Murphy.
Yes.
I'm on hire. 30 an hour.
Yes, she will. Oh, wrong ones, boo.
You mean this one, right?
Yeah, perfect. Yes, doesn't make me look nearly as dead. All right. Beverly, you're in Colorado, and it's snowing since December 26th. Got 9 inches, still snowing 14 miles up the road, has over 7 feet, and still coming down for 3 more days. That's the way the rain's been here. Although, I don't want to complain too much because we were looking at a drought. Yes, I saw that. Maxwell is guilty on 5 counts. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I do think I've always gotten the reading that she's going to have kind of a similar situation as to Jeffrey, but we'll see. Yes, and if you would like to email me to contact me for a private reading, or if you want to just let me in on a case that you're interested in, etc., whatever, that's my email for the channel, mayastarot@gmail.com. So you can hit me up there, and thank you, JR, for doing that for me. And that's right. This is also, I want to ask you guys to put the thumbs up if you would be so kind, if you're just joining. And of course, I must preface this with all is alleged and for entertainment purposes only. This is an entertainment channel, and I use cards. So I hope that, let's see, who is it? This has gone slow. So Mama Bear, I hope that the Omicron is short-lived and, like I've read, does not cause you guys too much bother. I really do. Prayers up to you and your family. That's just no fun. Just checking these the chat log. Hi, Maya baby. Hi, JR. I just hope others are held accountable too. Yeah, I just sense that she's got people that are not, watching her very closely, not happy with her, and don't want her to even have a chance to talk too much. So she's better be very careful. All right, let's start with, we're going to go ahead and start with some of the true crime that we have. And of course, I didn't put that one up. All right. So we will look, Prince Andrew's in the spotlight. And this is kind of what I had a feeling would happen. And those are the people she needs to, quote unquote, worry about. Okay. So let me see. It should be under community. Looking at the big thumbprint. All right. And Kathleen Lightworker will be joining me on Sunday for my live. In case you guys were curious, she couldn't join me today. She has a live herself, but she will be joining me for Sunday. So we have a guest for Sunday. That'll be nice. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start with Taylor Chimoni's question about Arden Pepon. At least that's how you'd say it with the French accent, I guess. From the Blackfeet Reservation. She was a little girl that has not been found, but the persons that were watching her, and particularly one of them, has been charged with neglect. It's a fishy story that, I hate to say fishy story, because they said that they went down to some, I don't know if it was a stream, a river, or what, but they were practicing shooting their gun, and they brought her with them. They were supposed to be babysitting her. Her remains have not been found, but from what I understand, her boots and her coat surfaced. But unfortunately, her remains have not. And we're also going to be looking at the case of Monica Still Smoking from 1979, which is also off the Blackfeet Reservation. I'm also going to look at the case of an MMA fighter that was recently, his remains were found kind of in a remote area. His name is David Koning. And of course, we have questions on Claudia Lawrence, which I did cover. Alyssa Bustamante, who was a very young murderer of a neighborhood child. I've got a question from JR about her. And of course, Miss Maxwell. All right. And who was involved in Jelani days. So we've got a lot to keep us busy here. So let's start off with Arden, who was 3 years old. I'm going to get a picture of her up, and I'm figuring out how to do that now so that you guys can see. What she look like? Cute as a button. Just adorable kid. Parents had someone babysitting her, and there's been 2 charged. Person's name, and I don't know if I'm going to say it right, is Hex. I think it's VL, and his girlfriend Kimberly Higgins have been charged in connection with her disappearance, according to Blackfeet tribal prosecutors, charged with negligent endangerment and child endangerment, charged with accountability for those things, and failing to properly supervise a child, a very young child, in potentially dangerous situations because he was shooting his gun. So let me just put this on Do Not Disturb. Okay, so this happened more recently, and Arden went missing. This was April 22nd. And he didn't notify law enforcement. He and his girlfriend looked for her for several hours, and then they finally notified law enforcement. Okay, here's the picture. Okay, so I can show you this one. All right. Hi, Doreen Arnold. So let me just show you. Here we are. All right. This, let me know if you're able to see it. Okay, now you can see it. This is to do with her being, that there's 2 being charged. Let's see if I can get the picture of her is down lower over here. Let me see how that comes up here for you. Yeah, right here with her. Now that's Arden. Okay. And Papillon. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use the Bright Future Tarot. You can look at her picture. Please hit the thumbs up button if you'd please be so kind. And make sure to share this live or whatever like that. That would be great. If not, just please hit that thumbs up. Okay, so let's take a look and see if her remains will be found. Unfortunately, this guy got a very, can you believe this? 9 months house arrest for this. Neglect. I just can't. I just feel so much. Isn't she so beautiful? Baby girl. It just, I have to kind of get ahead of my heart so that it doesn't just tear me apart with these cases. But, looking at her, this little helpless girl, who on earth would, it's just the selfishness. So I'm going to take a look and see if I'm asking the ancestors and hers, if her body will be found. If it looks like that will resurface. I'm not really clear. Yes, flowing. Thank you so much for putting up the candles for that poor baby. Just adorable girl. And I feel so bad for her parents. Your daughter, new grandma, you going to have a second grandchild. A girl. Oh, congratulations. Hi, Tyson. Hey, just email me the names of the cases if you want, Tyson. You got the right email. I meant to tell you that. I've just been swamped. So right now at present, I am covering the case of Arden Papillon, she's from the Blackfoot Reservation. Now, a few items of hers, like I said, were found. Her remains have not been found, unfortunately. And I just want to check and see if this guy is telling the truth about what happened. That was supposed to be babysitting her. And as you can see, I'm sharing the page with the picture of Arden, just adorable 3-year-old. So now I'm just going to focus. Arden, Papillon, I think that's how you pronounce it. The Blackfoot tribe. And we'll be also looking at an older case from the Blackfoot tribe as well, the Blackfoot Reservation from 1979, with Monica still smoking. How's the weather there, Tyson, in Window Rock? Is it getting cold? Or are you still, I imagine you might be getting a little chill. And definitely congrats, new grandma, on the new little family member joining you. Bless, bless. And snuggle that little baby boo. Okay, let's see what we can get on Arden. I'm just going to try this deck, and if that doesn't work, go with the other. I've got a few here, so I went in the other room and grabbed a few. All right, now I'm just going to press this back. Okay, sip of my coffee. All right. Wish that would make it a little hotter. Okay, let's see what happened. What happened to Arden? Did she get into the water by accident, as has been claimed, or left for us to believe? Okay, let's see what we get. Okay, I'm getting the 2 of Pentacles. And this is someone definitely like juggling things. It's also about priorities. And this guy's priorities were not on the good side. Here we have the Knight of Wands, inspiration, speed. And taking action. To me, there's like he wasn't, I wonder if he was, I'm feeling like he was thinking that there was a hesitancy of like whether or not he should carry through with some sort of plan. And he was juggling things, but he was wanting to do something. And I don't know whether this was to shoot the gun or what. But I feel like, it does come back to a matter of priorities. And again, we're getting practical plans with the Knight of Pentacles and the King of Wands. This may be the person that was looking out for her because they were a male person and his girlfriend. I just don't get the feeling like this person was up to the task, because I'm being shown what I already know, which is that, hi, Linda Sandoval, thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the, that's right. There are black feet and black foot. And I do need to make that distinction. Thank you so much, Kathy G. I am just getting the feeling from this person that they put their own desires and wants and needs ahead of looking after this child with these cards. Definitely getting that. it's a bit immature, you know, definitely not somebody that you would want looking after your child. And the magician, there could have been some manipulation here, and there is some issues of feeling trapped. Now, that could certainly have been Arden's case once she came in contact with the water. She wasn't able to get out. I do feel that. But my concern with seeing the magician and the Eight of Swords is, was she is this story being manipulated? Because it feels that way. Unplug my phone from charging. It makes a funny noise there. The Nine of Wands. This is self-defense and resilience. I believe she struggled. And the Nine of Cups. The 9 and the 9. So I get 2 9s as well. 9 of Wands and the 9 of Cups. You know, I don't know about the story that was given, to be fair. It's not that she may not have ended up in the water, but I feel like she may have been quite possibly, this is for entertainment purposes only. You can check the page here. I don't know if I don't think I ever came across information of his age, but there should be something, right? Gave her age. It's her uncle. Oh, God. Okay. But I'm not clear on the age. Hi, Tracy Ralph. So I'm getting the 9 of Cups, and I do feel I am getting a sense of, I think, somebody indulging a bit. I think they may have told her to stay put in a certain area. But there could be some sort of manipulation around that story. There's some, he's holding something back. That's for sure. And this would be the uncle that I'm referring to. I feel like there was definitely a problem with prioritization. I don't think he took it as seriously as he should have. I don't know that he was where he said he was. I'm feeling that I'm being shown a bit of indulging and not paying attention. The Tower. So there's the sudden, where is she? Queen of Wands. This may even be the girlfriend. I don't know. The girlfriend may have been the one to say, where is she? But something sudden happens. Perhaps this is the mother too, trying to get hold of them. But from what I understood, he and his girlfriend spent several hours looking for her, and then they finally contacted law and tribal, law enforcement. I just don't think, I think there may have been some absolutely self-indulgence, whether it's just that it's really true, Aspie. I mean, my mom had my dad watch me for, I think, a few hours one time, and he was downstairs watching football, and I went upstairs when I was a little kid. This is way before my car accident. I ran the bathtub. I could have drowned. It overflowed, and the only reason he knew it overflowed was because it started dripping from the ceiling down, you know? So I'm feeling like this guy just kind of did whatever he wanted to and didn't worry about it too much until she couldn't be found. I don't feel like he's telling the complete truth. I do feel like there is some indulgence that's irresponsible from what I'm seeing. The wheel of fortune then this sets in action the Ace of Pentacles. I feel like a situation in there with to do with it deals with wisdom and wealth, but to me it's also the earthly of taking account and of someone's presence, their whereabouts, messages, things like that. So I feel like this begins the series of law enforcement contacting them, looking around, and a whole nother level. Same Aspie. I couldn't tell you. I do feel like the uncle didn't mean any, I don't see any malice. I really don't. But I do see neglect. I do see the lack of good sense in using who gets the prioritization, the child or what you want to do. And I do think, sadly, that's really what it ends up coming down to. Now, let me just see. I'm shedding more than my cat. Let me just see. I can kind of pull this off my shoulders. Let me just see if she'll be found. Arden. Will Arden be found? Okay. I also wanted to put this. I did not do that. I'm reading on. Will she be found one day? I'll have to know more about the wherever they were at. I don't know whether it is a creek, a river. Thank you, Tracy Ralph, so much. Thank you so much for your donation. It is greatly appreciated. All right, let's take a look. I get the Five of Cups. So that's the mourning and the grieving. It is also water. And the Three of Cups. Marriage, commitment. And the Three of Cups, I think they may end up finding her remains. With the Five of Cups, there is the mourning, the grieving, the loss. The Three of Cups is kind of a celebration. To me, it could be a positive card. That could possibly indicate that her remains would be found. The Two of Swords, though, and the Ace of Cups, the heart center, love, there's tension. I think it will bring back up the tension between the uncle that was supposed to look out for her. There's a lot of feelings that I think will re-emerge to the surface. He was given 9 months, I believe, house arrest. And this has got to be difficult for her family. I just feel so much for them all. Let's see how the family is feeling about the sentencing. I do get that it looks like she might well be found. at some point. Pretty confident with those cards. Oh, what'd Shield Maiden say? It was an accident. Absolutely. There was no malice. He just wasn't mindful. He just wasn't paying attention. Shield Maiden, I got to get you on here sometime, but I know that you got to take your sim. We'll talk and we'll get you on here. I want to do that. I'm so behind. All right. I just can't let this go. I want to see, because I have lived this family for healing. May they find her remains, so they may lay her to rest and give her the rituals of their tribes, so that it just really, every time I hear that, because I know that various the tribes have different ceremonies, and it's so important that they be done. And it hurts me that when people aren't found. So I see the good possibility that she may yet be found, her remains. Okay, so now I want to see, how is the family feeling about the sentencing of the uncle, though it was an accident? Are they good with that? If I thought I've got you okayed. I think you should be able to share a link, because you're a mod. You should be able to do that. Shield Maiden. I've got to make some more people mods here too, but not today. I've got too many cases here. But I'll email you, hon. Survivors need closure. Yes, they do. And it's not really closure. We know that, but they need answers. Okay. I think answers, so that they have some understanding, something, right? Okay, I get the Six of Cups, and this is about the past and nostalgia. And it also has a cleansing element to this, the Six of Cups does. And the Three of Swords. Well, I think there are some people, there could be a rift that this causes. Arguments, anger. Understandable, because even though it was an accident, it was such, hi, I know I've said this before, Shahafaji. I feel like I just totally bumbled that. Sorry. And the other thing is, I don't want to be just like a pair of eyes and like, so I'm going to, there we go. Okay. So with the Six of Cups and the Three of Swords, I'm seeing that there's some division within this family about it. There's some anger. I think there will continue to be some arguments, unfortunately. That's so sad. The Hanged Man. There's also a great deal of patience and waiting. And I'm sure of the situation. And this to me is the little girl, the Page of Pentacles. Can also be a student, even be a gambler, but that's what it says here. But to me, this is the little girl. And this is the delay around her. Again, I think that there could be something that may shift once she is found, or maybe more with regard to her is found. I think it will stir up some anger. There may be some issues, I'm not sure, that certain people in the family may have with this uncle that go back to the past is also a possibility. But I feel like you definitely have members of the family that are extremely angry and hurt, deeply, deeply hurt. And maybe in time also with the Hanged Man, they will see it from a point of view that he didn't mean to, and it was an accident. But I think for right now, they're not able to. Some of them, I don't think, are able to afford him that luxury, from what I can see. This is the card of death and transformation, and the Two of Cups. You know, it could end and transform bonds that he had within his family. I think some of those will end. Some of those will, I think, also change. Maybe somebody at a later point might be able to see from his perspective, particularly a Queen of Pentacles that I feel like could be the mother, a very strong woman, a Nine of Wands. She's very she's defending her daughter, though. Very resilient. To me, this feels like the mother. Possibly a grandmother, but I feel like it's Arden's mother. I think she's going to be really pushing for changes. Been through a lot. That shows already. And we get the Seven of Pentacles, and this is the effort, the work that is put into finding her pays off. But there's a lot of chaos around it with the Five of Wands and anger. There's fighting and arguing. So I think, unfortunately, you have part of this family. I agree, Aspie. Part of this family very divided. And yeah. So I do agree with Aspie. I think it's possible that she'll be found, but I would put it at down the road a bit, time-wise. Okay, so that's on Arden. Arden Papillon. And now I'm going to look at Monica Still Smoking. She was another cute kid. I think she was around 7 for some reason. Get that for you. Okay, Monica Lynn Still Smoking Wells. She was 8 years old when she was kidnapped from Nappy Elementary School in Browning, Montana on December 17th. Her uncle discovered her body frozen in the snow near Glacier National Park about a week later. The FBI investigated the case for not even 3 weeks, apparently, according to her family, and never made any arrests. They believe Monica's case was not prioritized as it should have been. And this was back in 1979. So I will share this page with you so you can see what she looked like. All right. So Monica Still Smoking Wells, 1979. Okay. Montana. All right, now to share the, oops, share the screen. Here we are. Okay, so this is Monica. That's right. Kylo, she's not alone. She has her ancestors, but still want her to be found. Thank you, Flowing. So sweet of you to put up some candles there. And of course, I've got my big candle burning there on my family altar. This site that I'm showing you is a really good one to research or read up about different cases, men and women, and people who identify as non-binary and trans. Yeah, I can't imagine. I don't even know. She's got to. That was in April. I mean, I think you're just in shock. Think of how often we are physically alone here on Earth. We are alone more than we are physically with other people, at least for most people. For many people, yes. Okay, Monica's still smoking. Who was the person to Monica? Did she know them? Were they family? Isn't she beautiful? Both these little kids, just so gorgeous children, beautiful, children. I couldn't either. So Monica's still smoking. Who was it that took her? What were they to her? Did she know them? I think she did. Let's see. Monica's still smoking. 1979, Montana. Nappy Elementary School. Okay, I'm getting the sun. And I'm getting the 5 of Cups. So that's the exposure, I think, of that they did find her body. They did. And there was grieving. There was loss. But who is this person to her? It was someone that mourned her. Someone that showed up as a mourner. And in this 5 of Cups, there is it looks like kind of a man looking in a mirror. And I do feel like we are looking at a male that is responsible. And that the sun is showing me this person. 4 of Wands. So connected to her community, possibly close to her home. The Devil. Habitual actions and guilt. So this makes me feel like the person responsible for this could have lived very near her. Physically. I think they may have even watched her leaving to go to school. I think it was a neighbor. Someone in their greater community, but I feel like he didn't live far from her and watched her, and they may not have suspected this person. I see your thing. Aspie, there's a false woman. She did know them. I think it was a man. This is by Tracy Ralph. Yeah, she trusted them. I think it was a man, but a woman knows. Often a woman does know or suspects. I don't think so, but let's just go ahead with my reading here. I'm getting the Six of Cups. Again, there is a link to her past. Okay. There's nostalgia, the lovers. So this was a decision. It also makes me think this person may, with that lovers card, out of, aside from it being a choice, a decision, I feel that sometimes it can indicate an unhealthy interest, inappropriate interest. I get the Magician, somebody that's very manipulative, very skilled at manipulating. The Page of Cups totally manipulated her. And I think came towards her like they were going to play a game with this Magician and the Page of Cups. Came towards her with very playful attitude. I'm not getting a male, not yet. I'm getting Queen of Wands, confidence and warmth, and the universe, which is the world. Okay, so that could be the mother. Justice comes with it. And the Two of Pentacles, indecision. Well, this could be her mother having some suspicions, in my opinion. If it isn't her, there is a karmic bond. There is a desire for justice, and there is the frustration of that. There's just something that didn't manifest, that went back and forth. And I feel like this is the Queen of Wands going back and forth trying to get justice for, I feel like, the daughter. Yes. I agree, Tracy. I don't think good boundaries were established. Aspie's getting some clarifiers. Pleasant letter and gaining a lot of money. Think somebody, someone sitting in on knowledge. Yeah. The Four of Pentacles, stability. And the Ten of Cups, contentment and family. You know, I feel like it's somebody, if it isn't somebody that's within like a distant family member, maybe, because I do get that family card. I feel like the family has a strong sense of who they think did it. But it just makes me feel like legally they weren't able to get it to go through. They feel like they were pretty secure, I think, in who they, I think, thought did this or had a connection. And I'm thinking, you know, yes, we do, Kylo. Yes, like all the children's remains that were found under the Catholic Church. Many, many, many that will not be found. Ace of Pentacles, wisdom and wealth. That's interesting, because Aspie kind of got that. And the Seven of Pentacles, work productivity, wisdom. Was it somebody at the school? No. Maybe. Somebody that took off of work? Teamwork. I really think that there's a woman that has suspicions. Let me just take a look in all honesty and ask, was it a family member? Let me get more clarity on this. Try to. Oh. Let's see what we get. Why was she killed? Why was Monica still smoking killed? What can the universe tell us about why Monica still smoking was killed and who is responsible? Was it a family member or was it a neighbor? Again, I think it could have been somebody that was like that lived very near her in the community that watched her. Definitely get that. Whether or not they were a family member or not, I'm not 100%. Okay. Why did they take her and who were they to her? And the community. King of Cups. Somebody that would be seen as fairly sensitive. Three of Cups. Somebody that's also known to socialize and quite possibly drink when they're socializing. Definitely getting that with this King of Cups. Yes, Tracy Ralph. That's what I feel. Known to family, like close, almost like family, like friends like family, or community close. There's a closeness. Yeah, and they have a burden to carry. There's the Ten of Wands. They are responsible for this. I believe that they've even had probably, I feel like they've gone to memorials, that they did all of that kind of thing. Why they did it, maybe the Three of Cups, maybe they were under the influence, but that's not, you don't just decide to do that because you're intoxicated. Thank you, Tracy. The Seven of Cups, they had fantasy. It was a fantasy, and it's connected to the burden now. I think it was, they did this because it was a fantasy that they concocted. And I do get a man. Now, I don't know if he was ever married because the Three of Cups in this deck says that it does slant towards marriage commitment, but I also know that it's socializing. And I really do feel like this guy was somebody that people socialized with and may not have entirely thought that he would be capable of something. But then I think, I have a feeling in time, more people thought about this individual, the more they may have suspected him. It's just a feeling I get. Yeah, he's the one that is responsible for the death, okay, of Monica. And we have the Six of Pentacles. Gave help. This makes me feel like he gave some kind of assistance or offered some kind of assistance to either look for her or find her. And I think this person may have had some issues with substance, but definitely disordered thinking where fantasy is involved. Oh, thank you, Kylo. I do have Reiki, and always wanted to be a nurse when I was a child, but uh, now I think I'm doing my calling. So this is healing in different ways. So I don't know about the person that found her, the uncle, quote unquote, but I am feeling like the person that did this fantasized about doing this. I feel like they are part of the community, very close. And I think they attended the memorials. I do. I really do. And searched, did that kind of thing. It's a feeling. Yes. Inserting himself into the search in order to know where the investigation was going. Yeah. The sun. Yeah. So he could have clarity. But you know what? The sun also comes again with the Queen of Wands. There's a Queen of Wands that knows. But she's been quiet. Here's that Two of Swords, you know. It even reminds me, you know, the graphic and the, what do you call that? That indigenous, the folks are using, the way they, that red hand over the mouth. Even that is reminding me of that. I feel like there's an adult woman that knows, but has not been able to come forward or felt safe to do so. The Wheel of Fortune and the Knight of Cups. I think she knows that this person may have done this. And it might be in the future that she might come forward. I don't know. I still get her being quiet, but I see what she's knowing, and that is that there's this cycle. And where I think she has a good sense that he's done this before. This could be somebody even that may have been a child at the time who may have been interfered with. And as an adult is remembering this and has kept quiet. There's a feeling like that really strongly here for me. Right, Kylo? I mean, why would you, just to be kind, how to treat other people the way you want to be treated. It's not hard. Even when we get a short-tempered, if we just kind of breathe, and show kindness. Yeah, I think he was a scary person. I think they had I think they knew that there was a woman that knew. I agree. I don't know if she's going to come forward or not. I think she has concerns. I'm feeling like she'd like to, but also that she's afraid. And she may have been a child. Let's just see. Was this person a child also that was maybe targeted by this individual? The person that did this to Monica is still smoking. Did they? I mean, usually they don't just do it to one, Oh, yeah. I mean, I know how that a random compliment has, when I was having a horrible day, a couple of times just made the difference, all the difference in the world. I, practically nearly made me burst into tears one day. So it's really good to just even say something as simple as, oh, I like your I like your hair, the way you're wearing it. That looks nice on you. You know, make people feel good. It doesn't cost you anything. Puts good vibes out there. Okay. So with Monica was this family. Just gonna get a yes or no. See if I can. I get the Empress. I'm shown an Empress, the mother, and the Four of Wands, the health and home. The Eight of Pentacles, reputation, mastery, skills, and the Four of Swords, going into solitude, trying to heal, working on healing. That's her mother. Okay. I think the mother has an idea. Thanks. Did you notice I got my butterfly eyes on here? I think the mother had a good idea of who did it. I do. And she had to work on, from what I can see in this case, it looks like healing. I do think it was somebody connected maybe through the mother. You know, whether that's a distant family member or somebody that she knew or was friendly with, whatever the case may be, somehow it's someone through her. And I think she had a feeling. I don't know if she's still alive or not. The Four of Cups, she just really withdrew. Self-pity, there's a sense of just withdrawal, isolation, disconnection, and change, disruption to their family. So she needed healing with temperance, balanced emotions, and healing. And again, going back to the past, nostalgia. It goes something back to her past. I think there was some issues that ran in that family. And in particularly, maybe with a certain individual. But I just feel a closeness, but a kind of a distance too. I just feel like they knew her and knew her pretty well. And as I said before, if there wasn't some kind of distant relation, maybe just really a community that's everybody knows everybody. And that's what I feel. And I feel like people had an idea who it was. Absolutely. Okay. I don't know that the person that knows is willing to come forward. It might just be too traumatic for them. Because I have a feeling the female could also be someone that's become an adult and is remembering but doesn't want to talk about it. Okay. It's just a feeling. All right. Let's see what else we have. All right, let's take a look at David Koning, the MMA fighter. All right. Yeah. Yeah, that's a very real thing, psychic attack. It can lead to definitely panic attacks and things like that. Okay, so this is David Koning. I'm going to grab a picture of him for you guys. He was also fairly young. Right. So there was a man that was searching for deer antlers in Missouri, finds remains of missing MMA fighter nearly 2 years after he went missing. Okay, let's see what we have. All right. In a forest in the northern state of Missouri. So it must have been more in the northern. That's where I'm from originally, the northwest of Missouri. Now this is weird. According to the forensic team, the fighter's death did not appear to be caused by suicide. They also declared that the death did not appear to be the result of foul play. He went missing back in February of 2020 from a Branson hotel. The body was found thanks to a man looking for deer antlers in the woods. Through the search, the team of agents managed to recover certain personal belongings of the victim. However, the discovery of the body almost 2 years after it was reported missing. However, it was, okay. Her son's disappearance, Tracy Koenig this is his mother, reported to her, and wasn't reported to her until a month later. During the same night she was informed of what happened, she sent messages to David's friends requesting help, believing that he could be in danger. He struggled with addiction for many years, on and off. Not unusual for him to go somewhere and not communicate with us for days, even weeks. And that's what we thought he was doing, and that's why they didn't report him missing. Okay. So, pretty good picture of him here. Fairly nice looking guy here, very handsome looking. Let's get a share. I have a big black kitty cat. Okay. Okay. Okay, now there's what he looked like, okay? So that's kind of strange. Okay, it's not suicide. I mean, unless you're saying that he may have been under the influence and died of hypothermia or something like that. That happens. So let's just see what we get. David Koenig. What caused his passing? Yeah, he's very young. What happened to David Koenig? How did he pass? Okay, where I'm getting the Seven of Cups. So that's a sign for me of, and especially when they gave the nod toward, substance, that I'm feeling, and he was apparently, I think, out at a motel, but I feel like he may have been under the influence of something. And I get the Page of Cups, very playful. I think intoxicated. I do. I think he was feeling playful, not in a bad mood. I don't see him being down. The Page of Wands. Again, we're talking about playing, and again, the sense of being more like childlike. And then the King of Swords. Intellectual. Let me just see when his birthday. thought I saw him as January 28th, but I could be wrong. I guess I just have to put birth date. Okay. Oh, pedal. Oh, November 4th. Okay, found it. So, November 4th, that'd make him a Scorpio. Okay. Yeah, I am too. Especially with that Seven of Cups. Very young man, eh? And I see him being very playful. I think I'm being shown him very much under the influence. He was a very attractive young man. It's a shame. What else is there? Wait a minute, let me just take it. So I do get about intoxicants of some kind. How he ended up in the woods, I don't know where it is in relation to the place he was staying, the hotel, but I would have to look that up. Let's just see. That's happened to people before. There's other cases I've done on people that were under the influence and got lost. So let's just see what happened. Did he pass of hypothermia? Because, let's say if you're really intoxicated, you can fall asleep outside and not wake up. Oh, I'm getting a card falling out. It's the Ace of Cups. So many cups, cups, cups. Yes, I am feeling like this is down to trying to let off some steam by partying. And I get the King of Cups. That's him. He is the Scorpio. Ace of Swords, clarity, and the Six of Wands. His need to win, his need to also be ID'd. Okay, and so he was just recently ID'd. So he's acknowledging that. The Hermit, seclusion. This is him going off, I think. And interestingly enough, it says do not disturb, like a hotel thing that you hang on your door. That's weird. And did he just decide to maybe after some indulging to go for a walk? I think so. And I think he did it with a very playful attitude. I don't think he was thinking, yeah, I'm going to go and do myself in. Woods and alcohol, never a good idea. The Knight of Swords. Mental tenacity. That makes me feel like he was really stubborn. And the Magician. So I also feel like this is people not giving up looking for him too. So I do think, sorry, my groceries have come. I do think that he wandered off there. Let's just see if he had any help getting there. I just feel like he was on his own. I just don't feel like he was with anybody. I think he was just in a state of mind of, hey, wouldn't it be a laugh if I went and did this? Not expecting, not intending. Okay, let's see. Yeah, the heart could have been a heart attack as well. And especially with the tall, big people like that, often have funny tickers, you know? Let's see. Was his passing from... Let's see. There might be one from Amazon yet to come, the second one. Whole Foods and Amazon. Sorry, guys. So let me just see. Did he just pass from hypothermia? Being outside and maybe passing out? Because it kind of makes me feel like that. I just want to see if I can, you know. Okay, we're getting the Hierophant. Meditation, wisdom. It makes me feel like he was sitting there. The Knight of Pentacles. Practical plans, strategy. This is also... He may have had plans, or thought he had some plans that he was going to go and do something, but I think he got lost. King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, this makes me feel like, and the Knight of Pentacles. It really does give me the feeling, it really does give me the feeling of nature with all these pentacles here. Gotta find a hairband. Yeah. Well, I think it's likely that he was under the influence of something and unfortunately made a poor choice. Because I see him being very playful, but I think something may have happened, like he sits down, passes out. I do both. Sometimes, JR, sometimes Whole Foods doesn't have what I want. So I'll do a little bit from them, then I'll do a little bit from Amazon. I don't feel foul play at all. I think this is, unfortunately, I think he was probably alone. And just, I think he could have been like in a blackout state, you know? Ooh, I'm going to open the skylight for a moment. Okay, let's see. What do we have? Okay. Stop. There. Now, let's go back to, let's look at now Jelani Day's, who was involved in his sadistic homicide. Now, I have always gotten that it goes back to the school. And I also look at Claudia Lawrence and Alyssa Bustamante and Ghislaine, or whatever the heck her name is, Maxwell. So let's see where we are at. And we have plenty of time. What are the chances that he mixed anabolic steroids and alcohol? I think that's possible. I had an ex that did that, and a lot. Not while I was dating him, but long after, like after I had, he and I were no longer together. And he ended up using a lot of cocaine as well. And that damaged him, and it caused him to commit suicide. But this guy, I think, was mixing things. Yeah. And I just totally get a very childlike state of mind. So I really feel like he was like in some kind of a blackout state. Okay. I'm glad that they found him, though, for his family. All right, so let's take a look at Jelani Day. Bear's like, feed me. Which one was that one from? Whole Foods? Okay. So you got Whole Foods and Amazon? All right. Just curious if they both come. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at Jelani Day's case and see who is responsible. See what I get again. Who is responsible for Jelani Day's case? And, well, I mean like death. And will they be brought to justice? Jelani Day. Oh, I pray so much. All these cases, it just bothers me. You know, injustice is just not okay with me. I don't like bullies. I never have. When I was little, there was a gang of kids going to come after my brother, and I'm like 3 years younger, but I went running down and I helped him push the gate shut. And I was telling him, "You leave my big brother alone." So I'm still that way. I don't like it when people get a raw deal for no reason. It's wrong. So, sorry? Yes. Okay, so let's see who is responsible for the death of Jelani Day, or who are those. Please do hit a thumbs up. I would appreciate it very much. Thank you. Because it helps my channel get seen more, and that is helpful. Getting the sun, that might mean that they're going to get exposed. Aha, and the Six of Swords. I think there's going to be a change for the better. There's logic analysis with this. Okay, let's see what else we got. The Wheel of Fortune. I think it's destiny and it's karma, and I think somebody may well get caught for this. The Seven of Swords triggered mentor. This is also dishonesty. I think the Wheel of Fortune, there's going to be change. They're going to find somebody's lying. When they look more closely at this, at someone who is lying. And I think they're going to figure it out. The Two of Cups. Somebody he was close to. There's a connection. Bonding. And maybe somebody that was attracted to him. The Five of Wands. This is arguing, fighting, physical assault. And he definitely was physically assaulted. Now I'm cold, so this is going to get shut. Hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. I drive myself crazy. The Lovers. I always get that there was someone that had a romantic interest in him, and that somehow this plays into it. The Knight of Cups. I feel like he was lured. A karmic meeting. I kid you not. And they made decisions. I think that again, I've always gotten the impression that Jelani wasn't as interested in somebody as they were in him. Oh. I'm seeing that my signal isn't that great right now. So I feel like somebody wanted more from Jelani than he wanted to give them anymore. I do. There's a romantic angle to this, and where there is an attraction as part of it. But there's also fighting or arguing around this. And I feel like there's somebody that they've talked to, but they've not been truthful. I'm glad you get it too, Aspie. That sun really makes me feel, yes, I agree, Flowing. I feel that the romantic interest had a partner or spouse that did not think this was cool. And I get the Oracle, which is this in this deck. It's the High Priestess, secrets, intuition, the unknown. There's still some things we don't know about, and I think that they've told somebody of this significance has not told the truth. Oh, no problem. Lay down and get some rest, Tracy. We'll catch up with you later. And you can always play this back later. A bit like a fatal attraction, Kylo, yes. There's something with that. But I tend to think somebody's partner, I think somebody may have been having an affair. And again, this is all for entertainment purposes only. This is a theory, my opinion. And I believe, because of what I keep seeing every time, is that somebody liked him that already had someone. And I think somewhere, somehow, this partner, didn't want Jelani to be a threat to their relationship, to their lifestyle that they had made with this person. There's also, wisdom, wealth. It goes back to the school, 10 of Cups. And I think it has to do with their family, someone else's family, or their extended family and their reputation. Some kind of third party, yeah. And here I get the Hierophant again. And to me, this is a teacher who he had a friendship with that will be identified. So I'm going to say it's somebody that's a teacher. I think it goes back to the school. I just keep getting those same signs again, over and over again. It's very strange, I think his school, I think somebody at the school was involved, a woman. I do. I definitely do. And it could have been a teacher, somebody that was teaching him or advising him. Okay. And so I'm still getting that. I don't mind people asking me to update and look back at the cases, because sometimes a little bit more information will come out. But the crazy thing is I'm still getting all the same cards. And I do get that the person responsible will eventually be exposed. Okay. So let's see what the next one was on here. Okay. So the next one is Claudia Lawrence from the UK. We'll look at her again very quickly. And then Alyssa Bustamante and Ghislaine Maxwell, or Ghislaine, I'm never sure how you say that. Okay, here we go. So Claudia Lawrence. Now, she was from York in England, and she was a chef. There was something that had come up about her case. Let me see if I can find that. Claudia Lawrence. Okay, let me see. Okay, she went missing in March 2009. on the 18th of March. She was employed as a chef at University of York's Goodricke College at the time of her disappearance. Her disappearance is being treated as a murder. Various people have been arrested and later released. Her fate is unclear. Now, the last bit of info came out about 4 months ago, September 6th. The police have been searching at Sand Hutton gravel pits near York since August 24th for her. Let me see here. Her mother has no hope in new leads. So it doesn't look like they found anything there. Let's just take a look and see what we get. Okay, this looks like a good page to share. A portal has just opened up in Yorkshire. So let me see here. Share screen. Okay, so this is through the BBC. In case you want to scoop up this case and read up on it some more. And I always do after reading on mine from time to time, just to see if there's anything new that comes up that I can read on. Let's look and see what happened to her. Kalo says, an interesting theory I've heard about Claudia is that it may have been a hit done by the wife of somebody she may have been involved with. Oh, yeah, I think I did hear that too. Oh, thank you, EQ. Oh, my God. EQ, thank you. You helped me reach my goal donation. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bless you. I really appreciate that. Okay. I got my eyelashes stuck on right, EQ. Thank you again. I really appreciate it. Let's see if that's the case, Kylo. Was Claudia taken out by a hit, by a spouse? Okay. Claudia's passing a hit. I do get judgment and breakthrough and death. I'm thinking so. The Tower, sudden, unexpected. Wow. The devil, habitual guilt. Yeah. I think that there's a King of Swords and a Knight of Wands, inspiration and speed. So I think that this deals with a King of Swords in connection that she was seeing. Now, I don't know if he did this or somebody connected to him did it. Let's just see what we get. I get a Queen of Pentacles and the Moon. Fear. You know, it very well could have been, unless this is her and her fear. But I'm getting that this happened so quick, I feel like she did not anticipate it. I don't think she truly knew what hit her, so to speak. I think this is a cover-up by a Queen of Pentacles. someone who may value their lifestyle through the mate that she may have been messing around with. And if you look at the King of Swords and this Knight of Wands, there's like a lady sitting on a car here. It's messages as well. Maybe she intercepted some messages on his phone or saw some sort of communication between the two. But there is guilt on the part, I think, of someone connected to a man that found messages or receipts, as they say, Ace of Pentacles and the Devil. Okay. Now, she was definitely holding a secret.
It's gonna make noise. There's no way I can say it, and I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. Okay, so let's see. 3 days into the investigation, Claudia's friends couldn't imagine it going on another week, let alone another decade. They felt sure she would turn up. Let's see. I'm just trying to see what else they have to say. She had a comfortable upbringing. Yeah, I'm getting that it was somebody that I think she upset by involving herself with their man. I do see that. But let's just see, is there a romantic angle, true love triangle? Is that what caused this? With Claudia Lawrence from the UK in York. Was that a love triangle? Look at this, the star. Yeah, I think so. The sun. Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, reputation, and the moon. They really feared that this would create a scandal. And of course, this person doesn't want to lose their partner, their money, and so on and so forth. So I definitely, yeah, death, endings, transformations, change, disruption with the 5. They felt like she was disrupting their life. 10 of Pentacles. They wanted to keep that family and that money all together, that marriage together. And the 6 of Wands. They feel like they won. So I do feel like that is a distinct likelihood. And she was just starting her life. Such a pity. All right. So I think that that makes sense. And I do think that it was the spouse of somebody she was messing around with. Now we have JR's questions, which we're going to look at Alyssa Bustamante and Ghislaine Maxwell, or Ghislaine, however you say it. Okay. And this will be the last question of the live. Why can't they just divorce? This person did not want a divorce. This person wanted, they didn't want the scandal, I see. They didn't want, and Kylo says they got a very strange read. Ace of, what was that? Swords. Ace of Swords, 5 of Swords, Hermit. 8 of Wands. 2 of Pentacles reversed, and Strength. I think someone's been plotting this out. Yeah. I do too. It is the feeling I got that this was planned, plotted. I think that she was trying to get someone to marry her and so that she could be. I think this man had quite a bit of money, very wealthy. No one should be. Yeah, exactly. If it's not yours, hands off. Exactly. Make a cup of tea. All right, so let's take a look at the case. Now, JR, you can let me know. What did you want to know about the Alyssa Bustamante? What question did you have about her? Was it that because she was found guilty of killing her neighbor, a child, um, she was very young. I think she was like 15 or something like that. Alyssa Bustamante, let me just see here. What's this doing? Okay, that's my printer in case you're curious. Alyssa Bustamante. Okay, so Alyssa Bustamante, she was she killed her 9-year-old neighbor, and she's still in prison as of 2021. She was 15 years old at the time. She was raised by her grandparents between 2002 and 2009. Her mother, Michelle, had a long history of substance abuse, which led to charges and jail time. Sorry. Her father, Cesar Bustamante, was serving jail time for assault. Her grandparents consequently took legal custody of her and her 3 younger siblings in California to get away from their former lives. Okay. Let me see here. I think the hermit shows they were observing how things unfold. Yeah, they were using wisdom, absolutely, and trying to see. Okay, you were wanting to know if she would get out of jail someday. I don't feel that she has any remorse. Just intuitive without the cards. I don't think she's going to get out of jail. But let's just take a look. I just get a very strong sense of no and no. But I always like to read the cards because you just don't know. I really do like this Bright Future deck. This is a good one. Okay. Scratchy throat. It's a good thing I'm ending this because I'm about ready to lose my voice again. Okay, so will Alyssa ever get out? And does she have any remorse? Okay, will Alyssa Bustamante ever get out? And will she have any remorse? Does she have any remorse? Bustamante. Does she ever get out? Queen of Wands. Let me check on her. See if I can find her birth date. Okay, her birth date is January 28th, so she would be an Aquarius. All right. So I would expect to see Queen of Swords or Knight of Swords, this kind of energy. Queen of Wands and the Knight of Wands. Confidence, warmth, inspiration. I don't think that's picking up on her at all. Let me just switch out with it to a different deck. I'm going to try. I'll just use my Star Tarot. I think definitely. She wanted to find out what it was like to kill somebody, and she said that she found it enjoyable after she did it. So this was something she had been wanting to do, and she had the opportunity. That's what I read, and what I feel like she wanted to do it. She wanted to, you know, feel what it was like. I think you're a very disturbed individual. So let's see. Alyssa Bustamante. Does she have any remorse? Will she ever get out? What do the ancestors need us to know about that? I'm getting the 9 of Wands. I do think she has something definitely wrong with her. And she was brought up with a great deal of abuse and violence. That shows up here too with that 9 of Wands. She also, around her head, she could have, I don't know. A lot of times this can signify issues. It can be of the mind, abuse, and actually even physical damage. Yeah, she definitely was abused. That shows that. And the 8 of Pentacles for a long period of time. This is over and over again. And this is what she's, this is what she sees. And I'm being shown that this is what she's learning and picking up is the violence of her parents. The Moon. This is darkness. I think she was fond of all things dark, shall we say. I think it made her feel powerful. And here's the 5 of Wands. This is also her struggle to get attention, I feel like. And I think also liking to physically attack. Also trying to cover it up. I don't see that she would get out. I think it will be fought as well, should she try. The Devil. What she did was just way too cold, too disordered. And the 10 of Pentacles, I believe that the family of her victim will ensure that she does not ever get out, because she would do it again. And she would. She's not stable enough. Knight of Wands. To me, she enjoyed it. Death. That's why she did it. A thrill. To me, this is the little girl, the Page of Pentacles. She has moved on, it shows, with the 6 of Swords. So there is transition. So spiritually, she has transitioned to a better place. She's not stuck or anything like that. She won't be allowed any freedom, ever. This family is bound and determined, as well as society, that she will not ever. Yeah, no, she's not. The end. Before life. Because she's also just not a truthful person with the 7 of Swords. What she gives a different account. Very manipulative. She knows how to, I think, lie to people and get away with it.
Can you ever stop talking shit?
Excuse me. I'm on a live. I am doing a reading. You need to stop.
That's not
all right. So
that?
excuse me. I'm going to have to let you go because now I'm having problems with someone here in my household. So I want to thank you for my live. and I appreciate you being here. I'll catch you with my next one on Sunday, and I will probably be doing some videos in between. Yes, very negative, very negative. It shows that, I mean, her parents were really troubled. And then she went, it says that she went on to be raised by the grandparents. So I just don't think that she ever got any help. Thank you, Shield Maiden. Thank you. I appreciate it. And you too, Flowing. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and close out. I'm going to send you out with some Reiki. And thank you so much for joining this live with me today. I appreciate it. JR, I think that's a good possibility. I really do. I really do. So anyway, thank you so much, and I will see you in the next live or video. Thank you. Goodbye.